Shout out to everybody. I want to talk to y'all real quick. You know what I'm saying? Look, this girl Candace Owens has been on fire, man. Like, I don't know if y'all been paying attention. Shout out to her. Her channel is going crazy. She's got like, I think it's like ever since they went ahead and did like maybe like a YouTube suspension or whatever was going on with her, she started taking like this YouTube thing crazy serious. And you can tell, like, if you look at her views, I mean, they are great. She get like, 23 hours, 843,000 views. 2 days, 1 million views. 3 days, 1 million views. 7 days, 1.7 million views. 8 days, 1.5 million views. 9 days, 1.4 million views. She is killing the YouTube streets. Shout out to Candace Owens, bro.
The government.
And she proved, like, yo, you can't stop me from doing what I'm going to do. Like, if you stop me from trying to stop me from doing what I want to do and speaking out, I'm going to rumble. You know what I mean? And she's got like an immense fan base. I rock with her, bro. But this is what's going on. So I guess Janet Jackson doesn't like Kamala Harris, right? Because Kamala Harris, let's face it, like when Janet Jackson's brother was out here and they were about to send him through the whole court process and all of that, Kamala Harris had a lot of things to say about Janet Jackson. Not Janet, but Michael Jackson. And so, Janet Jackson never really got over that. Like, that's her brother. So I guess Janet Jackson came out saying that Kamala Harris is not black, right? And, the media took that and they trying to call, Janet Jackson wacko, like all of these different things, right? And so Kamala Harris takes the stance of standing up for Janet Jackson. And it started spiraling ever since. So she went ahead and uncovered the genealogy of Candace Owens, of Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is claiming that she's black. First it was Indian, Jamaican, but she's claiming that she's black, and she goes ahead and she goes through and really breaks everything down and exposes her, bro. This is insane. Somebody said, shout out to Candace Owens. Somebody said Candace Owens is married. Of course, who would not marry her, bro? Like, yeah, she's married.
And really focused on his grandmother. Like, she is the person that made the most difference for him. He honorably mentioned Miss Iris's husband, who he only referred to as Mr. Christie, and remained conspicuously silent about his own mother. How do you do that? How do you just say one sentence about your mother, refer to her as Miss Beryl? And I want to be clear, you're writing this for the population, right? You're talking about your heritage. Even if you called your mother Miss Beryl, you would probably, for the sake of...
And then Candace Owens, like, she's like, I mean, she with it, like with all the drama, everything. But if you Kamala Harris, you got to understand, like, you running to be the president of the United States, people are going to be out here trying to expose everything about you, so she is, obviously, part of the Republican Party, Candace Owens, or she at least reps the Republican Party. And, Kamala Harris is blue. So she about to go all in. And her, like the Republicans, they support their own. They do. They will do anything to support their own. Like, if you got a voice, they gonna make everybody see it. All of that. And I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I'm not telling people who to vote for. You know what I mean? I'm Republican. It is what it is. Like, I don't know. You can get me mad, whatever. Things was better when Trump was here. So, I mean, I'm going to say this, like, when you got a voice, they're going to do anything that they can to make sure people hear you. You know what I mean?
Wanting people to be clear on who you're referring to, list her full name. He didn't do that. He just said one sentence. This is not to, ignore my mother, Miss Beryl. And that was it. And we know that her full name, according to her birth certificate, is Beryl Magdalene Finnegan. And we know that at various times she took on the middle name Christie. He also mentioned in that piece that his father was Mass Oscar. I guess, again, that is kind of a slang way of referring to his father. But
hey, yo, the 14th Prime, shout out to the chat. I read the chat. He said MAGA. He's got his hand raised. Hey, man, like, I'm going to be real. I used to be like a Democrat, bro. I did, bro. And it wasn't until I started like trying to like actually get out here and make money that I understood like why rich people are not blue. You know, it's like you know, you're trying to get money, you're trying to keep your money, and you got all these people like putting all of these different taxes on you and all of this red tape on you, and it's like it's ridiculous. So me personally, I mean, I'm not gonna tell somebody not to like vote blue. Like if that's what you like, that's what you like. But you know, then it could also be like where I'm at, right? Like when I was in Cleveland, Ohio, I was blue. And now that I'm in Tennessee, I see a different world, right? I see businesses moving here. I see people moving here from all of these different blue states. And I asked them, I'm like, yo, why are you moving here from California? Because you see the plates. You know, when you're at the grocery stores, you see a lot of California plates, a lot of New York City plates, you know. And I asked people, I'm like, why are you guys moving here? And they said the taxes is too high. The cost of living has, you know, going through the roof because you have to pay so much in taxes and all of this. And I'm like, well, when you were in California, how did you vote? And they said that they voted blue. And so I asked them, I'm like, okay, so now that you're here and, you know, welcome. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not from here. I came from somewhere else too. Now that you're here, are you going to be voting to turn Tennessee like California? And the crazy part about it is that people, even though they want to leave these blue states that are crazy expensive, and I don't care what a blue person says, right? They cannot hide the fact the most expensive states, by and large, are blue states. Cassandra Levy said, New York taxes too darn high. But they want to move to the red states where the jobs are. Yeah, they're right to work states. They don't just fire you for no reason. The jobs are moving to the red states because they don't want to pay all this money in taxes. Have you gone through New York City? Like, have you had a car and you drove through there and you seen them roads? Where is all of this tax money going? Eric Adams, Mayor Eric Adams. But y'all like, and then y'all come to the red states, right? And y'all like, oh man, the roads are so nice. And you pay less money in taxes. Property taxes and crazy. But you want to come here and you want to vote blue. I don't understand that. I'm red, thug life. It is what it is. Y'all can't even afford a house. Y'all got like rent control. You don't even have to like, bro. And Nashville, Tennessee, you don't even need like rent control because the jobs pay enough for people to live. Because the companies aren't paying a whole bunch of money in taxes, they're able to give the employees more money. Thug life. So then I started to see things, right? So I'm like, oh, well, so the blue argument, it kind of ain't really making that much sense. Because the red states have the jobs. And a lot of people that live in the red states don't want to move to the blue states. Because they don't want to pay all that money in taxes. Or paying for high cost of living. So like when I came to Nashville, Tennessee, I woke up. There's jobs everywhere. I started making money. Under the Trump administration, it is easy to buy a house. I bought a house. Now, under this administration, I'm looking for a second house. Under this administration, man, they just had an issue with like, you know what I mean, raising interest rates. Shout out to Respect VA with the 99 cent. Appreciate you for the super chat. Hit the super chat. Right? I had more money when Trump was here. Interest rates was lower. The market was doing good. I don't want to hear that, oh, the first 100 days when Biden got in here, the market was good. It was good because Trump, right? That's what it was. I don't care what nobody says. I lived it. I was investing. I was on YouTube. I showed y'all like me investing $60-something thousand and it turned into $100-something thousand. I showed y'all. I woke up. And when I start making money, I start seeing one thing. Capital gains taxes is over, Blue. You mean to tell me I want to try? And I want to make money because I don't want to depend on the government? I get out here, I start hustling, finding multiple different ways to make money. I start investing in the market, and you got a surprise at the end of the road for me, Blue people. Capital gains taxes. Everybody need to pay their fair share so Shaquanda can have her 7 kids and be able to get $15,000 back for her taxes so she can give little Ray Ray some money for his new rims. But I'm working, Kamala. Can I keep my money? No. I got a wake-up call. And the wake-up call was, if you try hard under the Blue administration, it don't matter. They want you to suffer. So yeah, I went red. Like, yeah, get mad. Get mad. Mega, 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 thug life, mega, mega, mega.
I was completely stumped. I was completely...
Inflation went crazy. Y'all forgot that? Remember when they had it, inflation was crazy? Oh, the government, they don't control inflation. I don't want to hear it. Everything was under control when Trump was here. Everything. It wasn't no wars. It wasn't none of this. Biden came in here. Then he shut the country down for a year. We couldn't go nowhere. They forced us to get jabbed. Everything. I remember that. Y'all forgetting. Gas prices was low when Trump was in. When Biden got in here, I bought another Tesla. I'm like, I can't, these gas prices is crazy. Kevin with the $5 donation, he said, I live in Massachusetts. You think owning 6 houses and a rental car company, my income would be crazy. They tax the S out of me. This is what Kevin said. He just spent $5 to say that. So I'm going to say it again. Kevin said, I live in Massachusetts. You think owning 6 houses and a rental car company, my income will be crazy. They tax the S word out of it. So Mr. Kevin decided to try in life. Because it seems like he got a couple businesses going on. And he gets met at the end of the road with a surprise from the Blue Party. Surprise! Time to pay up. Meanwhile, Nancy Pelosi don't know how many houses she got. Mega, 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 mega. Kevin, let me borrow a house. Just need another house.
Really stumped as I was looking further into this because I could not find a marriage record between his father.
Try to buy a second house in America. You're going to have to do something like create a lease or something to have somebody to rent out your first house, because they're going to look at that as an investment property. You know what happens when they look at your next house as an investment property? You see the red tape that comes into play when you're dealing with the blues? MAGA, 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 MAGA. I'm not going like that. I'm not going like that. MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. And try buying a house right now. You know who's buying up all the houses? Businesses. Because you can't afford the house you want. They can come in there. I own a house in Tennessee, right? Guess what happens on a regular basis? Companies are flooding my mailbox with what? Offers from my house. Willing to pay cash money for whatever price I want. Because they're trying to get us to get out of these houses so they can take over and make all of America renters. That's a disaster that's going on in America right now. And we got a natural disaster that's going on in America, right? Before we get to the Kamala Harris breaking down the lies of the blue administration, my heart goes out to all the people that's, suffering through this, storm, and the housing has been messed up. And, when you have a house, you kind of, understand that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got houses and stuff like that in the chat. Shout out to the chat. Y'all understand, like, when you have a property, you try to take care of your property. You try to make sure the lawn is good. You try to make sure everything's running good in the house. You ain't got no electrical problems, plumbing problems, none of that. Everything's good with your property. This is your home, and then like a storm comes through and messes everything up, right? And you've been paying property taxes. So you don't just look for a handout all the time, but you in a time of need. You got insurance, insurance can help with it, but you in a time of need. All this money in taxes, and you seeing billions and billions of dollars go to Ukraine or Israel or whatever. And we talked about how much money it was, like in the last live, right? We mixed it in there. The government offers, this is Kamala's plan, $750 is your relief. And you have to apply for it and hope you get it through FEMA. Meanwhile, they're sending billions of dollars to Ukraine. When Trump was here, I don't remember some Ukraine versus Russia going down. Vladimir Putin, why is he like endorsing Kamala? Like, come on, bro. Like, wake up. But I ain't gonna tell y'all who to vote for. Somebody in the chat, Tony Ortiz said, "What are black jobs?" I don't know why you're saying that. Like, what are black jobs? Like, I mean, there are black doctors. There are black lawyers. There are black nurses. There are black cops. There are black fire department people. There's black EMS people. There's black laborers. Get qualified, get the job.
Oscar Joseph Harris, Miss Oscar.
There are black warehouse workers. Where are the black jobs? There's jobs everywhere, depending on where you live. And a lot of times when you live in the blue states, guess what's hard to find? A job. So a lot of people leave those blue states to go to the red states where all the jobs are.
coworker, and his mother, Beryl Finnegan. Like, this is something that to me seemed really odd. And some people who wanted to rationalize it were saying, oh, no, that's just how things were. And sometimes people didn't have record. No, I wasn't buying any of that because we were dealing with a family that had money. It is just a fact that Kamala Harris's family descends from slavers.
Shout out to Candace Owens. She's my neighbor. Shout out to her. Nashville, Tennessee, thug life. Thug life. Y'all like, why you keep talking about Candace Owens? Because I rock with her. It is what it is. I don't know her, but I rock with her. She speaks my language. My language, I mean, the language that I want to have. The language that I want to have is rich. She speaks that rich talk. Rich. Why y'all like Jay-Z? Because he talking rich. You know what I like about rich people? Because I was always taught in the blue states not to like rich people, right? You know what I love about rich people that I found out? When I like forgot, like, you know, not forgot, but like when I took down all the propaganda about rich people, right? And I did something. I went to a golf course. I didn't pay. I'm sorry. I kind of just walked in there. Is what it is. Had the Titley hat and all that. Shout out. Titliest, whatever it's called. Because I had, you know, I used to work, you know, before I like finished college and all that, I used to work security, right? And you know what I mean? I had a lot of jobs. I was like Tiger Woods' security, right? Shout out to Tiger Woods. You know what I mean? That's why I always be shouting out Tiger Woods. Thug life. Is what it is. And I went to the Masters, right? It was in like Augusta, Georgia. And there was a whole bunch of rich people there. And, you know, Tiger Woods like real cool, thug life. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I mean, I don't know if he knew me. I was just like, you know what I mean? His security, you know what I mean? It was a bunch of us. And so they got these things in called green jackets at the, whatever you do in life, go to the Masters. I don't like golf. I don't care for golf. Golf is boring. But all the rich people be there. So when I was there, I seen all these rich people, they be wearing like green jackets. I guess they like own the, you know, like the Masters or whatever. They're like part owners or whatever. I would like walk up to them and just be talking to them. Bruh, do you know how much game I got from them? These are rich people. Because they would rather tell you how to get rich than to see you coming up into the, give me, put down everything, I need it. I'm like, nah, it can't be like this. I always heard like rich people was mean. I heard they was mean. I'm like, let me test this theory. I go back to Nashville, Tennessee, right? I leave Augusta, Georgia. I go back to Nashville, Tennessee. I go to a golf course. Bunch of rich people. I mean, they driving like F-250s, dualies and Lexuses and everything you can think of. Range Rovers. I'm walking around. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Asking questions, and I start bringing up money out of nowhere. I don't know why they didn't call the police on me. It is what it is. And I had, like, how much money did I have at the time? I was broke. I had like 10 grand. And so I'm like, I'm trying to like figure out a way to like turn this 10 grand into some money. Cause 10 grand ain't nothing. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, you might be able to, you know what I mean? Like maybe 4 months, you know what I mean? Then like with bills and everything being paid, 10 grand to be gone quick, right? Do you know how much investment advice I got that day? It was insane. I had to like write down everything. Rich people. Rich people like, oh, like where you kicking at? Where you hang out at? Oh man, no, you got to come to the, no, you got to come to the country club. But the rich people was a little bit too rich for me. because it's a $40,000 interest fee into the country club, and I couldn't do it. It's too much. But these people was willing to give investment advice. I took some of the advice at work. And I'm like, I always thought rich people wouldn't tell me how to get rich. That's when I learned why rich people buy Range Rovers. A rich person told me. They were just like, oh, it weighs. I'm like, why, you know what I mean? Like, because he had like a black on black. It looked like something crazy, like a Kim Kardashian car. It was crazy. I was like, how come people that, like, when you guys like become successful, why is the Range Rover the vehicle that you guys get? And he was just like, nah, it's not because I like the car. He was like, honestly, I don't really like this. I like a 1969, like, you know what I mean, Camaro, like old school. He's like, the reason why I bought this car is because I'm leasing it. And because it weighs so much, you know what I mean, under my company, I can get like a tax advantage for having the Range Rover because it weighs a certain amount of pounds. So instead of me giving the money back to the government, it may not be my favorite car, but I get to have something, which is the Range Rover, and I can write off the lease. What? Man, I went back to the regular world, and I was telling people everything. I was talking to rich people, and they was trying to help me. Guess what they was? And they asked me, like some of them would ask me. They just like, oh, you know, you're very inquisitive. Like, you know, like we appreciate the questions because, you know, a lot of people, what they was trying to be slick, rich people, y'all was. They were trying to say a lot of, you know, a lot of us don't be asking the right questions. It's what they said, but here's what it is. But they was trying to help. You know what the blue people do? They just want you to just vote for them, get the welfares, get everything. Get taxed. Pay more money for your stickers for your car every year. Pay more money for this and pay more money for that. I'm like, the rich people is helping me. So that's when I kind of like realized what was going on. You know what I mean? And I turned 10,000 into 40,000. And it kept growing and it kept growing. But then I got stupid and bought some expensive cars. This is what it is. And I had to get that money back. You know who's blue? Cardi B. She ain't about to tell y'all how to keep y'all money and be rich. She about to be like, oh, get a Birkin. Me and Offset having problems. Go to her asking her for some advice. See what happens. Kamala Harris, oh, we want to take, you know what I mean? Like, we want to do a mandatory buyback on the blickies. But then she goes and publicly says in a debate, oh, me and my husband, we got blickies. I can't call it that on YouTube. It is what it is. They do an investigation and a search, and turns out she has no blickies. But they want Joe blickies. But if you go around Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, any one of them, guess what they got surrounding them? Secret Service with blickies. So they want blickies to protect them, but they don't want blickies to protect you. So all y'all living in Chicago right now, and you're kind of afraid because you don't know when somebody about to go crazy, and you can't protect yourself. New York City, they make it difficult to protect yourself. California, they make it difficult to protect yourself. All them politicians When they get on the podium or they going somewhere, they in armored cars. Sometimes they probably even wearing vests, bulletproof, all that. But they made it illegal for you to wear it. What if you live in Chicago? You might be scared in certain areas. You might feel like you need a vest. I don't know about Chicago if it's illegal in Chicago, but in a lot of states it is. Cities and states. You might need a bulletproof. What, they want you just out exposed? And you can't carry a blick? What? Oh, Tennessee, like, nah, bro. Y'all come to Tennessee with the mess? Our citizens can carry. It's red over here. Thug of life. Florida. Let you go to Florida playing around. Don't ask, don't tell. Pop, 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 pop. I'm standing on business. But Kamala Harris is about to expose, or Candace Owens is about to expose the lie.
They were given money for their slaves. Somebody did the calculation. Essentially, for that day and time, it would have been $11 million that they inherited.
We got 9,000 views in here. Hit the like button. This ain't enough. 100,000 people need to see this. Why do I only have like 69,000 subscribers? Why? I mean, I just start going live more. It is what it is. Shout out. But y'all want to listen to academics on all these? Shout out to academics. I listen to you too. I can't hate. Joe Budden.
For their slaves once it was abolished. It is why when he speaks about his Jamaican heritage, he speaks about them as having owned stores, right? So this is not your typical Black story that we're referring to here. And so I expected very much for there to be a record of marriage. Oddly, as you guys will recall, any records that I did find suggested to me that Beryl may have been the domestic help.
Hey, yo, we just got 200 subscribers. Shout out to y'all. Y'all waking up. Y'all tired of the same old media. Y'all tired of the same old narratives. Y'all tired of being lied to. Nobody telling you how to get, you know what I'm saying? Like what it is.
Who may have also given birth to a son named Donald, born in 1938, who died before he even turned 2. So that was very strange. Question marks. We were like, okay, we're seeing this Beryl, we're seeing this Donald Harris.
And this is a slow grind, right? I normally talk about something different, but I choose like now I'm talking about world topics, what's going on, what's happening, and it's working. They say, oh, you just got to talk about battle rap. No, I don't. I can talk about what I want to talk about. If I see something not being talked about, I'm talking about it.
We're seeing that an infant died.
And we did more views than DJ Academics this morning. Wait a minute. I have 50,000 views in like 3 hours or something like that. It is what it is. I mean, Academics, I'm just shooting at you because you're more popular than me right now. Like, but I rock with you. I'm just hating a little bit. They were subscribing like crazy. The views was going up like crazy. The shares was going up like crazy. We was tripping in here.
Really going on here? Why is it starting to feel like a scary?
Why do I got 17,000 views now? Because y'all want to know what's going on. Hey, is Kamala lying to us? She about to break down her family tree. Watch this, bro.
Movie, but of course we want to rationalize it ourselves. Like maybe it is just a coincidence that another Beryl had another Donald in 1938 in St. Aaron Parish, and we shouldn't look too far into that. What we knew for certain was that Beryl, the correct Beryl, was married at the age of 25. So wow. Donald Harris, who was presenting as Kamala's father, would have been 6 years old. She got married to a man named Lawford Newland, who he has completely erased from his childhood historical account. When he wrote this piece, he did not mention a Lawford Newland, a stepdaddy named Lawford Newland. And that was odd because then it would suggest that she would have had to have married his father, Oscar Joseph Harris, after that. So have the kid, marry someone else, and then go back and marry your baby daddy. I don't know, but I needed to find some records. And we also couldn't find a divorce record by them.
Yo, somebody said I wish Candace Owens would run for president. I wouldn't go that far right now. You know what I'm saying? I've just been watching her like the past year. She does have her biases, of course, like everybody does, right? Because she's all red. But I think if she did run, she would smoke a lot of these like politicians. She would. I mean, she's good. She don't have to, like, realistically, like, she get paid like crazy out here in these streets, and her husband rich. So like she, like, just doing this 1.7 million views, you might see 1.7, think that's, but she making mad bread off this video. You gotta think, all right, so like if I'm doing battle rap blogs, right? If I do one blog a month, like one blog a day for a month, that's like $9,000, right? But that's like, I'm gonna get like maybe 10,000 views plus, you know what I mean? Like now battle rap is in a drought, so maybe a little bit less than 10,000 views, but that's like close to 10 grand a month, right? That's like a blog every day, right? She dropping blogs every day with millions, you know what I'm saying? She getting like close to 1 million views like every day or every other day. Like her bank is crazy. This is a premium girl, bro. Like it's crazy.
By the way,
we got 21,000 views in here. Shout out to everybody for hitting a like. All the new subscribers, I see y'all rolling in. Shout out to y'all.
Lawford Newland and Beryl Finnegan. Where's the divorce record? We did see that he went to America. We searched there. He went to New Orleans. He went to California. We just could not find anything. And in my view, there were too many holes in his account numbers that he got wrong about the siblings. I just felt that there was a secret here. So I decided that we needed more information specifically about Donald J. Harris himself. And we couldn't find a birth certificate for him, which I flagged as odd. And I also...
Wow, that's crazy. They can't find a birth certificate.
Wanted to find that marriage certificate between his father, Oscar J. Harris, and his mother, Beryl Finnegan. That was crucial to me. So here's what we stumbled upon. More information about Donald J. Harris appeared to us. This is going to get crazy, you guys. I'll tell you how we put this together. Through old Jamaican newspaper clippings that have been digitized. So first and foremost, this one fact checks, but it was a little bit of tidbit of information that I thought was interesting. It was a wedding announcement that was published in the Kingston Gleaner. That's the name of the newspaper. It was published, as you can see here, November 1st, 1963, which just announces the wedding of presumably Kamala's mother, as we're told, Shyamala Gopalin, to Donald J. Harris. It reads, he is the son of Oscar J. Harris of Spanish Town and Mrs. Beryl Finnegan. Okay. It writes before leaving, it says before leaving Jamaica in 19, and can you pull that up? Because I couldn't read it for clarity. But it says before leaving Jamaica in, it looks like maybe 19, I don't want to guess it. Mr. Harris worked for the Jamaican Information Service. Okay, what is the Jamaican Information Service? That's what I asked myself. What is that? I'll tell you what it is. The Jamaican Information Service is an executive agency of the government of Jamaica that is responsible for disseminating information. It used to be known as the Government Public Relations Office. It says that to achieve its objectives, the agency utilizes a broad range of media skill sets: print, radio, television, graphic arts, video projection, and public relations. It was established in 1956. Okay, so now we know that before he left Jamaica, he worked for the government. So he's got some connections in government. He's not the only one, because that newspaper article goes on to inform us that his brother...
Yo, this is crazy. Kamala's like a plant, allegedly. This is crazy.
Bride, who we're told is Kamala's mother, is the daughter of Mr. P.V. Gopalin, the Deputy Secretary of the Government of India. So she is also connected to the government of India, and her dad is the Deputy Secretary of the Government of India. That's just a thing that I think is important to know, that these two people worked for the government and they came together and they got married. Now, we still could not find a marriage record between these two, but it may be plausible that they got married somewhere else, but at least we see the announcement. So I thought, now let's focus on his father, right? I'm looking for something to attach Oscar to Beryl, presumably, if this is a family that is important enough to have wedding announcements in the newspaper. Maybe we will be able to stumble upon something between Oscar and Beryl. Now, I want to remind you that Kamala brought up Oscar J. Harris, her grandfather, in her book, and she reveals a picture of him on page 282. So I'm going to show you that right now. It reads, when I was 10 months old, I visited Spanish Town, Jamaica. This is me with my mother and my paternal grandfather, Oscar Joseph. So we know his name is Oscar Joseph Harris, and we know that that's what he looks like thanks to Kamala Harris's book. Great. Love that. So I looked him up, and at first the father came up for a bankruptcy hearing announcement. This is dated, by the way, March 11th, 1939. So this would have been 1 year after Donald was allegedly born. It just reads, in the matter of bankruptcy petition against Reginald Victor Harris, Oscar Joseph Harris, and Newton Alexander Harris of Brownstown in the parish of St. Anne, trading as Harris Bros, take notice that the above named intend to apply for the revocation of the provisional order of bankruptcy made against them in this honorable court on the 6th day of January 1930.
She on your butt, Kamala. She on your butt. It's over. You should not like, bruh. Yo, like, making Candace Owens mad is crazy.
9. Okay, so we know that they were apparently going through some bankruptcy proceedings, and they were fighting those bankruptcy proceedings. They were going to stand against them. But what's relevant there is that we know it's him because it lists his brothers. It lists that they're from Browntown, and we have fact-checked that genealogy. So this is the correct.
When she said Browntown, reminded me, what's her name? Sexy Red talking about Pound Town. I met Sexy Red the other day, so shout out to Sexy Red. That's why I did the video. Shout outs.
Family. This is the grandfather that Kamala is referring to in her book. Here is where it is going to get crazy. Buckle up. I really hope you guys are safe.
Hey, y'all, put your seatbelt on right now. Candace Owens is about to expose her right now. Wait a minute.
For this. He came up again. And fortunately, it was for a wedding. Unfortunately, it was not for a wedding to Beryl. Instead, just like Beryl married somebody else, apparently he married somebody else. Now, this clipping is from June 9th, 1952. Look at this. It says, Oscar Harris weds Vioris Cambridge. Now, I want you to look at this photo, and it certainly looks like, and I know it's a shadow on the left-hand side, but I'm going, that looks like the picture. You can tell by that balding pattern of the person that Kamala has presented to us as her grandfather. And he looks mixed race to me, but that woman on the right looks white to me. Now, I know you're going, Candace, that's crazy. It's a black and white photo, but, you know, there's a certain way when you're photographing a black woman that she comes across, and that ain't it, my friends. But again, that was a theory. Let's read the article. It reads, Vioris Cambridge, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. V.S. Cambridge of St. Elizabeth, that's another parish in Jamaica, became the bride of Oscar Harris of Browntown, St. Anne, at a beautiful ceremony in the St. Andrew Parish Church, Halfway Tree, on Thursday last night. Her slenderness enhanced by a gown of white nylon and chantilly lace. The bride, carrying a bouquet of white asters, was given in marriage by her father. Her only attendant, her sister, Carmen Cambridge, wore a gown of aqua nylon and chantilly lace with a bouquet of pink rosebuds. The best man in the ceremony, performed by the Reverend Grant Levi of Montego Bay, was Mr. Newton Harris, brother of the groom. During the signing
Jamaican
of the register, Mr. Gene McDonald sang, I'll walk beside you, and because, at a reception held at the home of the bride's uncle on Chester Avenue, Mr. Milton Hamilton was master of ceremonies. I just went, what the heck is this?
Wow.
First and foremost, how odd that Donald J. Harris, as he's recollecting these memories from his childhood, now has left out the part where Beryl married someone when he would have been 6 years old and would have been his stepfather. But he's also now leaving out the fact that his mother similarly married someone when he was a little bit older. I mean, that his father similarly married someone when he was a little bit older, and that woman, at least according to my eyes, appears to me to be fully Caucasian. But I said, that sounds crazy. Let me see if I can find this woman, Vioris Cambridge, by a quick Google search. Like, where? That's quite a different name, Vioris. I've never heard it before. Certainly something's going to pop up. And certainly just one thing did. And it was a funeral entry of a white woman who died in Broward County. And what I noticed about this entry was that it was very scant on details. I'm going to show this to you. Okay? Vioris.
Candace, chill. Candace, chill. Chill, bro. Wait till Ben Shapiro see this.
Chris Anita McPherson, it says. And I'm looking at that face on the left there and I'm going, I recognize that face. This woman looks familiar to me. Am I crazy? Are you guys seeing this? She looks a little bit like Kamala Harris. There's something about the smirk. I don't know. Am I crazy? So I said, let me not jump to conclusions. Maybe I am just so down far the rabbit hole that I'm seeing Kamala's face. So I read this entry and it says, it is with great sadness that the family of Vioris Anita Harris McPherson, Cambridge, in parentheses, so we know that that's her maiden name right there, announces her passing on Saturday, June 15th, 2019. She will be lovingly remembered by her children and spouses, her grandchildren and spouses, her great-grandchildren, cousins, nieces, nephews, and friends. We will celebrate her life on Saturday, June 29th, 2019 at 10 o'clock a.m. at Christ the Rock Community Church. It gives the address there, and it says where they will immediately follow at a reception hall. In lieu of flowers, donations may be made to the Alzheimer's Foundation in memory of Vioris Harris McPherson. So nothing given to us there, literally nothing given to us about our family. Have you ever seen that? Usually survived by a sister, a cousin, a brother. I went to see if anybody posted anything. It says she has a really big family. I was like, okay.
Everybody out there, hey, Cardi B, you got lucky. When Candace Owens is on your helmet, oh, she don't play. Oh, she don't play at all.
Okay, well, certainly somebody would have posted on the board. You know, people do that all the time. I'm so sorry for your loss. Love you. Cousin, I'll see you there. Hug, kisses, nothing. Very weird. And then tried to look this woman up in Broward County records.
Hey, we got almost 30,000 views in here. Hit the like button. The super chats is open. Shout out to everybody. Everybody. We tired of the same media. That's what's going on. That's why the channel going crazy. 300 subscribers this morning. It is what it is. Thug life.
And it just looks like people are trying to protect who she was. It doesn't tell
Mega, 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 mega.
me who she's married. I don't see anything there in Broward County. It just says an entry for a marriage that took place in 1994. And I also see that she's got another name there, McPherson.
Now y'all see. Wait a minute, chat. Y'all, no, wait, hold up, chat, hold up, slow down. Listen to me. Somebody said just subscribe. Back Cali Garcia. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Listen, y'all thought I was joking when I told y'all. Let me make sure my girl laying around. When I told y'all Candace Owens was fine, like y'all thought I was playing with y'all. The more you watch it, the more you like, oh, this girl's beautiful.
And so maybe she got remarried. But it at least tells us that her birthday was October 7th, 1927. So I thought to myself, can I find a woman, a white woman who was born in Jamaica with that exact birth date, with that exact name? It's, like I said, a very different name, Vioris. And the answer is yes, we did. We were able to locate her birth certificate. And now we know why it said that she was married to V.S. Cambridge. It had listed her father as V.S. Cambridge, Mr. and Mrs. V.S. Cambridge. That's because her father's name is Vivian. Her mother's name is Adina Wright. And here you have it, born in Elizabeth. St. Elizabeth is, here she is. This is this woman, Vioris Cambridge. Born to Vivian Cambridge and Adina Wright on October 7th, 1927 in St. Elizabeth, Jamaica. What the hell is going on? Who is this woman? Why hasn't this been mentioned? Why does it feel like this profile was being very hidden? And again, as Donald was jumping in to his family background and speaking about how Jamaican it was, why didn't he mention this? Why didn't he mention this woman, his white relatives? It might be relevant when we're having a discussion about Kamala's race to mention the fact that your dad married a white woman. I'm just saying, here's another picture of her. And there's something familiar about her smile. There's something familiar. I'm looking at this woman, I'm going, this woman looks to me like Kamala Harris. Now, something even weirder, the person who did create something for her online, okay, who created a profile for her on Ancestry.com.
Yeah, Candace Owens is busting her, man.
Put in the middle of her name. He lists her name as Vioris Anita Iris Cambridge. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. So we looked into this briefly. And again, all of this has transpired within the last 4 hours. So we are not as organized about this, or I shouldn't say, we are not as certain about this, but it looks like the person who made this entry was a member of her extended family. It looks like she got remarried in 1994 in America and that's where she picks up the name McPherson. And that individual put Iris in quotation marks. Is it possible that Donald J. Harris, when he's fondly remembering Miss Iris, could be speaking about this woman? Yeah, it's possible. Everything's a possibility. Like I said, he's very scant on the details here. What we do know is that he declined to mention this woman. He declined to mention someone that his father married who was completely white. And as I said, I wouldn't.
Oh my God. What did Kamala Harris do to her? Because she is smoking. If she debated Kamala Harris, it would be over, bro. She would make Kamala look so crazy.
Didn't have an issue with this. If people were forthcoming and spoke about this, the press, as you're out there referring to Janet Jackson, is crazy, right? For suggesting, what did Janet Jackson say? She said that
Sean Mayberry. Hold on. Sean Mayberry with the $2 donation. He said that woman was born in Jamaica, hence Jamaican.
That Kamala's father, Donald J. Harris, was Irish. Can somebody pull up that picture of Vioris again? She heard that his family was Irish. I think Vioris, maybe Vioris, Cambridge, might be Irish. Was she so crazy to mention that, press? Would it be so crazy if you guys did your actual job and looked into these things as opposed to constantly trying to obscure things?
Yeah, hey, chat subscriber member Angel said Kamala Harris will mop the floor with Kamala Harris if they did a debate together, bro. Like, she would destroy Kamala.
Protect your preferred candidates because you believe she should just be handled.
And she's like a lawyer. Isn't she like a lawyer? So she ready for the smoke. Like, she lives for the smoke.
Handed this. Now the question is it possible that the woman that we're looking at right there is Kamala's grandmother? Is it possible, based on the records that we have, that Beryl and Donald never did marry? Is it possible Beryl and Oscar, never did marry? Is it possible, is it feasible that marriage never took place and they both married two different people, and that instead, at some point when they decided to blackify Kamala's history, they included this Beryl as her grandmother? Is it possible? I don't want to go too far down conspiracy lane, but I'm telling you that we're close here. This is a big missing piece of her family history that should have been mentioned, okay?
Oh my God.
And I find it highly suspicious. I do not think that we have answers still on who Donald Harris is. I do not trust him. I do not trust him just having discovered this information and realizing that he left out two significant marriages and is instead focusing on Kamala's great-grandmother, referring to her as Miss Iris. Who is Miss Iris actually? I can tell you that, again, we came across all of this in the last few hours, but we're going to stay on them because now that we have found this piece and we have found this white woman, and again,
1.7 million people just seen that. Kamala, you are in trouble. Oh my God, bruh. I met her daddy. Kamala, who is Kamala's father? What?
or this has been the most obviously planned war in the history of obviously planned wars. It's actually insulting to me how obvious this is. We're going to get to the Middle East. But first, we have to take a closer look, at Donald J. Harris. After many of you were sending me clips of Judge Joe Brown, this is so random, speaking about how he knew Donald. And yeah, he claimed.
So basically what Kamala Harris, what Candace Owens is doing is she's exposing who her family is. So we just seen her grandmother is actually a white Irish woman. So she's going down like she's doing more and more videos and she's going down the list of relatives and everything. And she's really just hammering down and exposing who she really is, because we don't really know. Kamala Harris, she's black one minute, she's so she's she's slowly exposing everything. That's why her channel is going crazy.
Claims that Donald was not black. All that coming up on Candace. Kingston Gleaner, dated June 30th, 1953. It reads, the wedding of Miss Cynthia Lopez, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. H.A. Lopez of, and it was a little cut off here, but Bushy St. Catherine Parish, it looks like, and Mr. Alvis St. Elmo Cambridge, the son of Mr. and Mrs. U.L. Cambridge. It goes on to state elsewhere that Mr. Beavis Campbell was best man, and Mr. John Strudwick, who I recognize.
Hey, everybody out there, we got an election coming up in November. Hey, vote for who you want to vote for. I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm just mega. You know what I mean? That's me. But there's a lot of distractions going on. You've got the Diddy situation. Cardi B about to start distracting y'all with a lot of stuff too. Do not, she live now. Cardi B. Do not get too distracted. Pay attention to what's going on. You know what I mean? In the world, what's happening, like who these people are, like what is the real agenda out here? Like y'all got to pay attention.
Because that would be Carmen's husband. In case you're wondering who Carmen is, that is White Iris's sister, because she was the maid of honor in their wedding, and she eventually gets married to somebody with the last name Strudwick. So John Strudwick was in fact the best man here. So this is a very, very close family for him to be the best man. And Raymond Stewart were ushers at the ceremony, which was performed by Reverend J. Leslie McPherson. Now, even of more interest is they also have the exact.
Hey, Sean Mayberry, I want to give a special shout out to you because you the top, super chat donor today, man. Shout out to you.
Same wedding song as Iris Cambridge and Oscar Harris. Again, these people seem pretty close-knit, almost a little too close-knit. But I do want to point out there that it says Alvis Cambridge's parents are Mr. and Mrs. U.L. Cambridge. So that is either incorrect or that is an intentional deviation, or rather just not a match, because if we go back and take a look at Iris and Oscar Harris's wedding announcement, we're going to pull that up. So this is Iris, whatever you want to call her, Cambridge.
We're about to hit 70,000 views probably within the next day or so, like, because it's 69,927. We got like 300 subscribers today. So everything going crazy. Everything going crazy. I think y'all want to know this. Like, y'all want to be informed. I know y'all about to go to that voting booth. Y'all want to know who this lady is.
His wedding announcement to Oscar Harris. We can see that the names of the parents are different, just slightly different. We have, what was it, A.L. Cambridge, Mr. and Mrs. I got to find it here, a bouquet by her father. I just don't see it in this little tidbit that you've pulled up, but I'm pretty sure it's A.L. Cambridge. So they have different initials. I know that V.S. Cambridge right there at the top. Mr. and Mrs. V.S. Cambridge versus Mr. and Mrs. U.L. Cambridge. So does that signify to us that they are not related, that they're lying about their parents' names? I could not find a Mr. and Mrs. U.L. Cambridge anywhere in St. Elizabeth.
Yo, you know she about to go in, bro. She got her laptop right here. She got her Stanley Cup right here. Go crazy, Kamala. Go crazy. I mean, Candace, go crazy.
Elizabeth Parish in Jamaica at this time. And again, we cannot find Alvis's birth certificate. So this is just another huge.
Oh, somebody said how many views we got right now. Let me go in here, gang. Let's see what we got. 36,500.
Question mark. What we do know for certain is that he was exceedingly close to Iris Cambridge. Everyone.
Y'all, like, and people hit me up like out of nowhere, like trying to offer me like sponsor deals and stuff. Like, I'm like, who are these people? Because like the past week we've been going crazy. But I'm gonna try not to do that for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like flooding my channel with a different sponsor offers and stuff. They like, people respect numbers. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
One who has emailed me, and based on my own research, it looked like they were brother and sister.
Shout out to Jolyn Fields, said just subscribed. Appreciate you.
Now we're wondering, maybe they're first cousins. We definitely know that they spent the majority of their lives together. There are so many pictures of Alvis and White Iris hugging all throughout their lives, holding hands, all of this, which was posted under his obituary. Just so many pictures proving that the three of them, his wife, Cynthia Lopez.
Now and then Cardi B and Offset going at it, right? Like, we gonna let her talk. But Cardi B and Offset going at it. What is Cardi B like out here really marketing? Like a fallout with her baby daddy? Is she trying to like do the whole Krishan Rock and Blueface thing, like, you know? And guess what? She's blue. She's voting blue, allegedly. So when you look at a woman like this, like her values, what she stands for, and then you look at Cardi B, I'm sorry, I'm on this side right here.
Iris and him were exceedingly close and lived in the Broward County area. Not only that, but they traveled together here to America.
Hey, y'all trying to get me to 70,000 subscribers quick. Hey, we at 69,970. Hit the like button. Murder the like button. Hit it fast. Hit it again.
America. They landed in Miami together aboard a ship. Now, I want to show you something that's actually fascinating. So we've already deduced that for whatever reason, they, and by
shout out to Casey Adams, just subscribe.
Referring obviously to Kamala's family, particularly Donald Harris and Kamala herself, are trying to pass off via a sleight of hand White Iris as Black Iris, okay? I'm gonna break this down again. Be real careful here. Black Iris is Iris Finnegan. He claims that Iris Finnegan, Black Iris, is Kamala's great-grandmother. She claims that it's her great-grandmother in her book, and we see no evidence of that aside from this picture, which Donald claims that he shot of Kamala sitting on her lap. I felt that Iris was the help. What we know about Iris Finnegan is that—
oh my God! She said, no, this ain't her grandmother. I think this was the help. Oh my God, Candace Owens about to— oh, Candace Owens is a legend! She is a legend! She like, oh, Kamala, you want to try Janet Jackson? Like, it's going down.
At her marriage, her maiden name is Allen. So she was born Aura Iris Allen Finnegan, okay? And then she marries, allegedly, Patrick Finnegan and takes on the Finnegan last name.
70,000 views! We did it! Bitch, we did it! Wait a minute, it's over! 70,000 subscribers. We did it! They said we couldn't do it. We did it! Just like that. Wait a minute. Thug life. Mega. Shout out to PGZ with the $5 donation. He said, I appreciate these more informative lives than battle rap, to be honest. Appreciate you, bro.
Okay. White Iris, on the other hand, was born Iris Cambridge and takes on the last name Harris.
Remember, she exposed who her grandmother was, allegedly, in the last video. Now she hammering down on this. And the picture that they had of the lady that Kamala Harris, this is getting creepy, bro. This is like some Conjuring type stuff. Like the lady that Kamala was sitting on her lap and everybody thinking that's her grandmother. She like, nah, I think that was the help. Yo, that's crazy.
And she also has a baptismal name named Vioris, so she becomes Iris Cambridge Harris. Well, check this out, okay? In 1958, Cynthia Cambridge and her now husband, Freemason Alves Cambridge, arrived on a first-class ship into Miami from Jamaica. And aboard that ship was also Iris F. Harris.
Hey, I'm about to call out of work, bro, because these subscribers going crazy, bro.
Now, pause. What is wrong with this? Pull it back up. What is wrong with this? Her middle initial. Why on earth?
Somebody just followed me. I'm not. Shout out, y'all. This is real. It's happening. It's in Thug Life.
Now, it makes sense that Iris and Alves and Alves' wife are all on the ship together coming from Jamaica. They make a stop. The last port they stop at is Nassau, Bahamas.
Hey, everybody that's subscribed right now, knowledge is power. We gonna finish this Kamala Harris and Candace situation in the morning. Tune in, click the notification bell. We've been live for a minute. We've been lit, all of us. It's been going down. Shout out to everybody. We hit 70,000 subscribers. Like that. So that means in like 4 days, we've been going crazy. We went from 67,300 subscribers to 70,000 in a little bit over 3 days. Now I got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody. In the morning, it's lit. And then like this time tomorrow, it's lit. I'm out. Peace. Shout out to everybody.